Welcome or welcome back to the official Thompson Resume Writing Company YouTube channel, where I share weekly tips and hints on how to update, refresh, and or prepare your resume and LinkedIn profile for your job search, along with some career advice, some job search tips, and some personal stories of my own. I am Tamika Thompson. I am the owner and resume writer at Thompson Resume Writing Company, and I specialize in transforming bland, lackluster resumes and LinkedIn profiles into powerful selling tools that help corporate mid-level, management, and executive professionals land interviews 2 times faster in their job search and ultimately help them make more money over the course of their careers. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and I hope you go ahead and hit the subscribe button below to join my growing YouTube community. And if you are a returning subscriber, thanks so much for coming back. For this video, I'm going to be giving you all the tea that you need to know when it comes to job searching during the holiday season. Let's get right into it. If you didn't know, fall and winter are the best times, perfect time to find a new job, especially if you are in the market looking for a new job, or if you feel like you may be getting the itch, the itch where it may be time for something new, it may be time to go ahead and chuck up the deuces and get out of here and resign type of itch. Now is the time for you to start getting your resume together and get ready to hit the job search streets, honey. And if you are wondering why fall and winter tend to be the best times to search for a new job, I am going to tell you. So number one is that studies have consistently shown, job search studies to be specific, that there are more jobs available this time of year than any other time of year. And this is for a few reasons. So number one is that companies are creating new roles for the new year. So think about it. They've gone through this year. They've already started preparing the budget for next year. They know what their goals are going to be company-wise next year, what they want to achieve, what they want to accomplish. And now they're starting to think from a people's perspective. So in order for me to hit this goal, or in order for our company to hit this goal or achieve this metric, or to be more successful in one area or another, whatever, we need this person, we need this new position, we need this seat filled. And to make it applicable to COVID-19 and how many companies are still bouncing back from the effects of COVID-19, there are new positions being created for where we are now currently. So positions that may have not existed previously before the pandemic are now available. Number two is that people are leaving. Okay, so once somebody either gets promoted, meaning they're advancing to another internal opportunity, that means their seat is now open and they need somebody to come in and fill that position. Or they may be leaving the company externally, meaning that they've decided to leave the company and pursue an opportunity elsewhere and not advance internally. Either way, there's a seat that's open and your name can be on it. Another reason to consider is that the company may be shifting priorities. So maybe they were going in one direction and now they're going in a different direction, and now they need new people in order to embark on this new journey or this new venture that they are going after. And that can look like a company adding a new division, adding a new department, acquiring a new company, and now needing a new staff of people. Now they have all these seats and all these positions open because they just acquired something new, or they're developing a new department, or whatever the case may be. So if you know for a fact that you are ready to start searching for a new job, you know exactly what you want, so you know your salary, you know the positions that you're going for, you're super clear in what it is that you're looking for in your next position, then now is the time for you to go ahead and get the ball rolling on your job search. Personally, some of the best jobs that I have obtained in my career have been during this season. So this time last year is actually when I landed my current position, and there were a few, I want to say majority of the jobs that I've landed during the fall and the winter, and I want the same for you. However, job searching during this time of year, while it does have its perks, its benefits, and its advantages, it can be tricky because you have Thanksgiving, you have Christmas, you have New Year's, and a couple of other holidays as well that can make it a little tricky navigating through in order to get to your offer. So without further ado, here are some things that you should know about job searching between November and January. Number one is expect a longer than usual or a long interview process. Now, with so many holidays in a short span of time, this is going to mean that people are going to be out of the office multiple times or multiple days. sometimes in a row or sometimes separately. So if you think about between November and January 1st, like New Year's, there are a lot of holidays that happen between that time. And you also have to think about the fact that people may be taking additional days off because of vacations, spending extra time with their family, traveling, etc. This may mean that you may have first or step one in the interview process 1 week, and you may not have the second interview for another 2 or 3 weeks out, depending on how close your interview has landed to a holiday or how closely after your interview has landed to a holiday. And with my current position, this did happen to me. So I believe I had my very first interview like the week before Thanksgiving, and then the second interview did not happen for like a week after Thanksgiving. And that's just because people were simply out of the office. If this does happen to you and you happen to be experiencing a delay in when that second or third or fourth interview or just a general acceptance or rejection to come through, I don't want you to lose hope, and I don't want you to lose patience. Understand that this time of year, it's standard, it's typical for people to just be out, and it's typical for things to take longer than usual. Or if someone is in the office, maybe they're just bogged down with a lot of stuff because it tends to be end of year review plus beginning of next year planning, or FY 23 or 24 planning. This is the time of year where companies are kind of analyzing how the year has went, and then they're starting to plan for the next year. So aside from your interview process, they also may have a lot of meetings, and they may not be able to either get the feedback right away to the recruiter, or they may not be able to give a solid yes or no right away. So there are a couple of reasons why you may be experiencing a long interview process, but I don't want you to lose hope. I don't want you to lose patience. Continue to follow up, continue to be understanding, continue to make sure that you're asking when you can expect to hear back from the recruiter on a decision, whether it's going to be a yay or nay, or what's causing the holdup. You can be forward like that. Just making sure that you're setting expectations. So let's say you have an interview the Monday before Thanksgiving. You can follow up and say, hey, so-and-so, so-and-so, it was really great speaking with the team on Monday. I know Thanksgiving is coming up. Aside from the holiday or including the holiday, do you have any idea when I may hear back from you? Will I hear back from you by the end of next week? The recruiter should be telling you that up front, but sometimes it slips their mind, or sometimes they just don't say it, and you can take the initiative on that end to make sure that you have a deadline or have an idea of when you can expect to hear back from them. Number 2 is to expect slow or delayed responses for the same reasons that I just listed. People being out of the office means that they may not be available 24/7 on their email. We are starting to talk more about work-life balance and setting boundaries at work, and you have some people who are just like, hey, over any holiday or when I'm on vacation, I am not under any circumstances checking my email, opening my inbox, opening my work laptop, whatever the case is, I'm not doing it. So if you think about Thanksgiving, which typically, some companies may give their employees a half day on a Wednesday, and they'll be out of the office until that next Monday, you should not be expecting to hear from them, right? So that is if you interview that Tuesday, you may not hear back for a week or maybe a week and a half or longer. It's okay. Just continue, like I said, to make sure that you're following up. Number 3 is to expect the offer to come a little bit later than normal. So again, an extended process. So typically the interview process from interview to acceptance or from interview to hire can be anywhere between 30 days. Sometimes it can be as short as 7 days, 14 days, especially if they're urgently looking to bring somebody on board. However, during the holiday season, the reasons listed previously, such as, meetings, people being bogged down by meetings, planning meetings, people being out of the office, people being just super busy and having a lot on their plate during this time of year, can impact your ability to get an offer sooner rather than later. And that's okay. However, if for whatever reason you are looking to get an offer letter soon, or you're really torn between one company or the other, and it seems like this one company is kind of dragging a little bit, you can let them know, hey, so-and-so, I'm interviewing with a couple of other companies, and I think I'm going to get an offer letter soon, but I'm really interested in this position. Is there any way that we can speed up the interview process to see if I would even make it all the way through, and something like that. For me, with my job, I interviewed for the position in November, and I found out that I had gotten the job like a couple of days after Christmas and right before the new year, which is okay. That's like more than 30 days that I was waiting to find out if I had actually got the job or not. I was definitely stressed during the whole time because I really wanted to know if I got the job, but I also had to understand that I started my interview literally right before Thanksgiving, and in between that time there are so many holidays, and now that I'm with the company and I'm going through that time of year where things are just super hectic because we're wrapping up this year and planning for next year, I get it now. Just know that just because the interview process doesn't go as fast as it normally goes, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not interested in you, and it doesn't mean that you're not going to get the job. It just means that they have a lot going on. Again, just remember to stay patient. But when you do get that offer letter, 30 days or more later, just make sure that you're doing your research to make sure that you're accepting an offer with a good company that is not toxic. And I did talk about this in a previous video if you would like to reference it. Just because they took a little bit longer to get you the interview or to give you the offer does not mean that you should not do your research. You definitely want to make sure that you're accepting an offer with a good company, with a good work environment that is going to play a critical role in helping you advance your career. Number 4 is to expect more competition than usual during this time of year. So of course, because it's peak season, not everyone knows it, but a lot of people do know it, expect to be going up against multiple candidates at once for the same job. So during the springtime or during the summertime where people may not be looking for a job, or not many people may be looking for a job, you may only have like a handful of people that you may be going up against or may be considered your competition. But during this time, everybody is out here looking for something new because it's just the time of year, it's in the air, everybody is like, I need a new job. So because of that, during the summertime, you may have a job that may only receive, let's say, 100 applications. But during this time of year, maybe they receive double that. And during the interview process in the summer, they may only be interviewing maybe 5 or 6 candidates. And during this time of year, they're interviewing like 10 to 15 candidates. So understand that other people are looking for a job too. And it's important for you to have a top-notch resume. Make sure that your interview skills are on point. Make sure that you are set with a solid job search strategy so that you have multiple offers coming in. Just know that you need to be on your A game. Like, you always need to be on your A game. But if you're job searching during this time of year, just know that competition is thick and there's a lot of fish in the sea going after the same thing that you are. And again, I reiterate, please do not lose hope. Please be patient and please be understanding with not just the recruiter, but the hiring manager and all the people that you interview with as well. Understand that just because they don't get back to you right away, it doesn't mean that it's a no. And if they take some time to get back to you, or sometimes they may even forget to get back to you, it does happen. That doesn't mean that it's a no. Just again, continue to follow up. Make sure that you're being understanding. Make sure that you're replying in a timely fashion. This is the time of year for companies where people may be under a lot of pressure. There may be a lot of cooks in the kitchen. There may be a lot of, end of year, beginning of year projects that they may be working on, and they have other things going on besides just interviewing you and getting you a new job. Now, this is not to say that they should be offering you like a poor or a trash interviewing experience, but just understand that if there are large gaps of time where you don't hear back from them, it is okay. Just continue to follow up. Do not be mean. Do not be nasty. Do not be snippy. Try to be as understanding even if you are frustrated. And if you do find yourself frustrated, just continue to press the recruiter directly for answers. When will I expect to hear back? When, will I have an official yes or no? When can we get, this second or third interview scheduled or put on the calendar, right? And if there is too much back and forth and it makes you uncomfortable and it does make you feel like you are getting the runaround, then of course you can go ahead and pull yourself out of the interviewing process if you want to. So that is what you can expect during the holiday season, and that's during any holiday season. So this video, of course, is 2022, but if someone may be watching this video in 2023 and 2024 and so on and so forth, the same thing applies. Now, as mentioned before, this time of year has been typically when I have received my most high paying, my best jobs. So this year is rich and ripe with opportunities, but just understand you may have to overcome a couple of hurdles, a couple of challenges, but that's totally okay. If you are starting to job search this season, if you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit the like button or go ahead and comment down below. And of course, if you are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you need assistance with your resume, if you're getting ready to start job searching, I would be more than happy to help you. I am accepting clients. My direct email address is hello@thompsonresumes.com and my website is www.thompsonresumes.com. You can also follow me on Instagram @_Mika Thompson, and you can also connect with me on LinkedIn @Tamika Thompson. That is my profile name for more resume, career, LinkedIn, and job search tips. You can subscribe to my Tamika's Career TE newsletter by clicking the link in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it to the end of this video. I will see you guys next week with another helpful video. Bye, you guys.